Open up for questions.
Yeah, quick turnaround for us. So as quickly as possible, recapping last match versus Orlando, moving forward, and continuing to work on what we believe could hurt Washington, and also prepared for their organization and their high pressing in the same fashion. So I think for us, it's obviously a quick turnaround. The way we deliver information, how we do it, when we do it, why we do it is incredibly important with a quick turnaround.
Coming off the first loss of the year for you guys, obviously the season, and for you in general as head coach, what changes, what doesn't change going into a game, especially even with a quick turnaround?
Yeah, I think it's incredibly important you don't hit the panic button. Nothing screams to start hitting any sort of panic button. I think the team's still showing a lot in the sense of the progression and what we're looking for from the group. I think you can see in a lot of moments the confidence to play. And I think it's continuing to build off of those pieces, irrelevant of the score. Obviously, we want 3 points. I think it's not a secret, right? But I think for us, it's mainly, again, I've said it previously in regards to the ties, it's still learning lessons, a lot of learning lessons. If we can take those and help progress us forward and use them as use it as a growth of the group, it's incredibly important for us in these moments.
Coach, you opened with an undefeated six game start. So I mean, to have that opening, just to kind of get out on the right foot. What does that say about this team that you guys are capable of having stretches like this?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it shows the expectations and the belief of the group. We don't fear who we play in any capacity, no matter where they sit in the table. And we're obviously fighting to continue to work our way up the table. So for us, I think it shows a lot in reference to where we believe we are at and where we believe we can continue to go. So I talk about progress all the time. I feel like you guys may be bored of me saying that continually, but I truly believe it. And I think you can't just expect overnight for progress to just hit, for it to be a completely different scenario. You have to work. Progress means step by step progress, and sometimes cases go like this, quick down, and we're trying to keep the most consistent as we possibly can. And for us as a staff, it's incredibly important that we provide the tools and the environment and the knowledge and the understanding that they can continue to hike their way up, even if we have a little dip, how quickly we go back up.
That one loss now kind of being obviously the outlier because it is the only
of
you
course.
guys had this year. Going into the game, maybe leaving the game, what stood out to you maybe was different about anything? Was it stuff on the field? Shoot, maybe it was something outside the field too, because it was just a big week around the city in general too. What was maybe different, and is it easier to identify stuff like that coming off the first?
Yeah, I think for us, it's just obviously going back, watching where do we feel like are some areas that we were really, really good in, after the goal, we continue to keep kind of momentum with us. But I think for us, if you go back and nitpick every little thing and go, was it the weather? Was it the travel? Was it, you can't possibly do it, because you can't possibly put a combination together that goes, this is the explanation as to why. All you can do is take exactly what you felt. We could learn from it and make us better. And then that's our jobs, to reframe those pieces for the group and say, hey, we could be a little bit better here, but look at where we progressed since day one in this space. It's been so much better. And so I think that's the most important factor in all of that.
A lot of
I was just going to say a little ways down the road, with the official announcement yesterday about the Women's Cup coming back here. What does that mean for you and the club to be part of that still?
Yeah, it's incredibly exciting. It's exciting to have those teams come here, and it's exciting to play different teams from different leagues, different styles of play, right? And to be in our home city, to be able to play those games here and show the city some different style of football is incredibly exciting.
Bev, I guess just down the stretch here, and just having that first loss, a lot of people sometimes look at that as kind of a moment to take a step back and reanalyze. Is that what you guys are doing, or is it more of turn the page onto the next one? What does that look like?
Yeah, I think it's turn the page onto the next one. I think you can't ignore the fact that we wanted 3 points out of the game. We always want 3 points out of the game. That could never be ignored. But the more that you hyper focus on what went wrong, why, all of those pieces, you can get down a very dark rabbit hole. So for me, it's how quickly we can assess again, what are those little pieces that may take us just over the edge, and what we feel like we had quality chances. I felt like the group did a fantastic job shutting down arguably one of the best attackers in the league at the moment. And there was some key takeaways from this match, and I'm incredibly proud of this group. And now it's the continued want. You can see it in the group. You can see it in their expectations. We fully believed we could walk away with 3 points. Those expectations staying high, the belief staying high, is very important right now.
You guys have been a little nicked up, just a couple injuries here and there. What is the health status at the moment of this team?
Yeah, I mean, we've got Jay and Sav back in full training today. Ari is still being currently assessed, medically assessed and evaluated. So yeah, I think it's natural, right? It's football. Sometimes you expect things, sometimes you don't. A lot of times you don't. And so just for us, it's continuing to keep the group fully bought in. So that when and if opportunities arrive, people know what their roles are and what their expectations are.
So Savannah and Jay good by Friday?
The plan is that they'll be in full training today. So they'll be assessed.
We have just a couple questions from Zoom here. One is just your thoughts on Taylor making team of the months from March and April, and just how her game has evolved to reach that level for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely incredibly proud to have one of our players make the best 11. I also think that she's showcased very early on what she brings to this team. She always comes with a smile on her face, ready to compete. She showcased what she could do in possession, her influence and effect out of possession, and her range of passing. I think she's come in and she's been a huge part of what we're doing here and a huge part of our success early on. So I'm incredibly proud of her and very happy for her.
Another question here from Dan Laletta at Equalizer. Your old coach, Laura Harvey, has a chance to win her 100th game tonight as a coach. What do you think has made her such a good coach over the years, and what have you maybe tried to incorporate from her into your coaching style?
Yeah, absolutely. Always had massive respect for Laura, the way that she coaches are passionate about the game, her understanding of the game. She's incredibly knowledgeable. How long she's been in this league and how much she has impacted this league in such a positive manner. Has been something that I find very inspiring and has really inspired me to kind of go down the coaching path. So it's obviously an incredible honor and exciting time for her to hit that 100th game, and obviously someone I massively respect.
Do you have any funny Laura Harvey stories that you can share with the group?
Yeah, I think she's just funny in general. So she loves Adele, is constantly singing Adele. You can't catch her without singing Adele, which is quite funny. And it was always on in the locker room, no matter what. But yeah, just her energy. You know, she's a good person and she's a fun person. Her energy is always something I remember.
She could sing.
She's a fantastic singer. You hear that, Laura?
Any other questions?
Bev, we've seen very few minutes so far this year from Linda Metallo. Any comment on that or what the plans are for her moving forward?
Yeah, no, I think, you know, she's working hard every day. She's continuing to do what she can here in the group. And she has a very professional stance on how she carries herself, and it's continuing to push her game and continuing to support her in any way that we can.
Anything else for Bev?
You get to watch the Derby? Do you have a chance to watch the Derby at all? Probably not, right? That
I
was
sure did.
did you?
There was a live TV on the airplane. So yes, we did get to watch. I didn't bet on any horses. I did bet on Oaks, on Lemon Muffin. Dang Lemon Muffin. Great try. But yeah, no, I did get to watch from the plane, but didn't have any money on it. But there was some people celebrating.
Yeah, we heard Jeff got a little out of hand.
Yeah, he
on
was
the
slightly
plane.
celebrating for his big winning, so I'm incredibly excited for him. But yeah, it was fun to watch. It was fun to see the city just kind of, you know, blow up, if you will, in the sense of people coming in from all over, and just the, you know, the traffic. I was like, what is this? But yeah, excited to have people in the city. I believe this is a highly underrated city in so many ways. Does it have more people here experiencing the city? Hopefully, they saw logos of our club all around so that they'll come support a game too. Is incredibly cool.
All right, thanks, Bev.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Bev.
Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.